Lesson 35. Deception. Basic patterns. You tricked me. I was deceived in this business deal. His words were very deceptive. You allowed yourself to be deceived. Don't be fooled by his friendly words. He was completely fooled by his enemy. Don't let appearances deceive you. You can't fool me that easily. He was tricked out of his money. I can't believe I was such a fool. She would have contacted my parents if I couldn't have come up with a good excuse. It's only a white lie, so it's no big deal. My conscience would weigh heavily on me. I had to make something up so I wouldn't get into trouble. Are you sure that you had to be dishonest? Dialogue 1.
Are you feeling better?
I'm feeling fine. I haven't been sick.
But our teacher said that you missed class because you weren't feeling well. She said you caught the flu.
Oh, that's right. I had to tell her I was sick, so she would excuse my absence.
You mean you weren't sick?
No, I'm healthy as a horse.
Why would you lie?
I didn't want her to tell my parents that I wasn't in school. She would have contacted my parents if I couldn't have come up with a good excuse.
Why would you lie to both your parents and your teacher?
I really wanted to go see a movie.
Why didn't you wait until after school?
It was only showing once, and it was a matinee.
It's not good to lie to people.
It's only a white lie, so it's no big deal.
What about the work you missed?
Since our teacher thinks I was sick, she's letting me make up the work. So really, I didn't miss anything.
What if you get caught?
I don't think I will, but even if I do, the movie was worth it.
Even if you get into serious trouble?
Even then. Dialogue 2.
How do you think you're going to do on tomorrow's test?
Not very well. I haven't been paying much attention in class lately.
What if I told you there was a surefire way you could get an A?
I wouldn't believe you. I don't know any of the material that will be on the test.
That doesn't matter. I promise you there's a way. Do you want to know?
Absolutely.
I'll tell you, but you have to promise to keep it a secret.
I swear I will.
I've got all the questions and answers to the test. All you have to do is memorize the answers to get a perfect score.
Isn't that cheating?
Yeah, but don't you want to pass?
How did you get it?
I stole a copy of the test from the teacher. She doesn't even know it's missing.
What if we get caught in the act?
We can't get caught. All we have to do is make sure we remember all the answers. The teacher won't suspect a thing since there are no papers or other evidence to prove us guilty.
I don't know about this.
Come on, what do you have to lose?
We could fail the test and get suspended for cheating.
I told you that we aren't going to get caught.
I just think cheating is wrong. My conscience would weigh heavily on me.
Do you want to fail?
Of course not.
Then how else will you get a good grade?
I'll have to think about it. Dialogue 3.
I heard you got a flat tire this morning on the way to work.
I really didn't.
What do you mean?
I had to make something up so I wouldn't get into trouble.
What really happened?
I was up very late last night, so I didn't get much sleep and woke up very late.
Why didn't you just tell the truth?
Because the truth sounds irresponsible.
Why did you get to bed so late?
I went to a party and ended up staying later than I planned. Being late because of car problems is more professional than saying I overslept because I partied too much the night before.
That doesn't sound very responsible. Did you miss anything this morning?
I missed a very important conference, so I couldn't tell the boss the truth. He would have fired me on the spot.
Why do you think he would be so harsh?
Because he had to cancel the conference because I was absent.
Are you sure that you had to be dishonest? Wouldn't he have understood?
I had to lie. He doesn't really like me, and he's just looking for any excuse to fire me.
Do you think he believed you?
I have my doubts, but he couldn't prove I was lying to him, so he had to accept my reason.
How do you think he feels about you now?
I think I'm hanging on to my job by a thread. I believe if I screw up one more time, I'll be out of a job.
I guess you'll have to be extra careful.
I'll have to stay on my toes. Substitutions. 1. She said you caught the flu. She said you caught a cold. She said you had a stomach ache. She said you got food poisoning. 2. No, I'm healthy as a horse. No, I'm in tip-top shape. No, I'm in wonderful health. No, I couldn't be better. 3. Why would you lie? Why not tell the truth? Why be dishonest? What were you covering up? 4. It's only a white lie, so it's no big deal. It's only a white lie, so it's not serious. It's only a white lie, so it won't hurt anyone. It's only a white lie, so it won't affect anything. 5. What if I told you there was a surefire way you could get an A? What if I told you there was a definite way you could get an A? What if I told you there was a guaranteed way you could get an A? What if I told you there was a certain way you could get an A? 6. I'll tell you, but you have to promise to keep it a secret. I'll tell you, but you have to swear not to tell anyone. I'll tell you, but you have to promise not to speak about this to anyone else. I'll tell you, but you have to keep your lips sealed. 7. What if we get caught in the act? What if we get found out? What if the teacher gets suspicious? What if the teacher sees through our scheme? 8. I don't know about this. I'm not sure. I'm not certain this is for me. I don't know if I want to do this. 9. Come on. You should. Why not? Don't be afraid. 10. What really happened? What's the truth? What's the real reason? What in fact occurred? 11. He would have fired me on the spot. He would have fired me right there. He would have fired me immediately. He would have fired me in front of everyone. 12. Do you think he believed you? Do you think he saw through you? Do you think he swallowed your story? Do you think he accepted your account? 13. I think I'm hanging on to my job by a thread. I think my position at the company is precarious. I think my job here is tenuous. I think my future here is uncertain. 14. I believe if I screw up one more time, I'll be out of a job. I believe if I mess up one more time, I'll be out of a job. I believe if I slip up one more time, I'll be out of a job. I believe if I make a mistake one more time, I'll be out of a job. 15. I'll have to stay on my toes. I'll have to be conscientious. I'll have to be constantly alert. I'll have to be careful not to make a mistake. Monologue. Skipping class is something quite common in American colleges. College is often the first time young people have a chance to live on their own without supervision. This excitement and novelty of being on their own for the first time often leads to some irresponsible behavior. Without a parent's nagging voice that they should go to school, some students slip into the bad habit of sleeping through classes instead of waking up on time to go to them. Not only do they miss the information that is taught in them, but they can also have their grades penalized. Colleges and universities recognize the problem of multiple absences, and some even require that professors reduce the grade of the student if he or she has too many unexcused absences. In order to get an excused absence, a student usually has to provide some proof. For instance, if he says he has been sick, then a teacher might require a note from the health center to prove his illness. If they must be away for a school activity, then they must have a note from the school sponsor of the activity explaining why the student must miss class. Therefore, even if a student has done A quality work, he or she may still fail a class if he or she misses more classes than allowed by school policy.